Dude, did you know you can subscribe to onlywrestlers.com and keep in touch with your favorite wrestlers? The party never has to end.
This week's episode of One of a Kind with RVD is presented by Get Blitzed, and you can get 15% off your order when you head to get-blitz.com and use promo code RVD. Get 15% off.
One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Well, it was too late to turn it around. Bad business, Bobby. You already exposed yourself, and I'm going to keep exposing you. Talking about the Heinz crime family. They put his phone number out also. I guess the word is dox.
Yeah, they dox you now. That's what it's called. I think like if they put your phone number out, if they put your address out.
Have you ever heard of anybody in the wrestling business putting the information out of one of the wrestlers and then trying to continue in the business and just doing it to be a spiteful asshole? That's the only reason.
That's so unprofessional. And it's like, and especially if you're a promoter, like what the fuck are you doing?
And so, yeah, what we're talking about here, bad business, Bobby Fulton, he puts his own phone number out. Do you have that one to show?
I have that one. Yes, I do.
He puts his own phone number out, and he says, anybody call me, I'd be happy to talk to you. Okay, there you go. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Okay, that one is, are you guys
doxing
Van Dam? No, this one, yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, there he put it right there.
So he puts his number out, invites anybody to call him. And then all I did was repost this and then show the next one.
Is it the one I just showed or the other one?
No, the other one, the one before that. It's a smaller one. Their one.
Yeah.
This is what he posts. Call and text RVD today. He loves talking to his fans. Since he put Bobby Fulton, Jimmy Hines' number out, 2 can play games. He put his own number out. That's how full of shit he is.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people think that Bobby's a nice guy. He had me fooled too. He's really not. He's a horrible fucking person. And that's what I learned. And I got along with him great for the better part of 2 years. He paid me my fee each and every single time. And then after WrestleMania, when Dildo shorted me, I just want to talk about Bobby now because it's easy to understand why everyone hates Dildo. The guy's a future mass shooter. For sure, at Chillicothe Middle School, just waiting to happen, waiting to explode. Is there anybody that has met him that can't picture him doing that? But anyway, it's easy to see he's stupid, whatever. But the dad has people fooled into thinking he's really a good guy. He just backs up his son too much. That's what I thought, But then it's like one night he's buying me a porterhouse saying, enjoy. Like about 20 times. Like I am enjoying it. Thank you. And earlier that day, and by the way, here's something else about how crazy he is. I saw a message, and I can put it up, but I didn't go through and pick it out of the plethora of screenshots and messages that have been sent to me over the last week or two. But there's one where Bad Business Bobby says that that I have the dates wrong and he can prove it. He's got evidence. The problem with that is I've never once even mentioned a date.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is this guy talking about? But I will mention him now. And I did before I did this show, I did that Monty and Ferrara show.
Yeah.
Ferrara, Farrah Fawcett, Ferrara.
Is it Pharaoh?
Pharaoh. I think it is Pharaoh. Thank you.
Yeah.
I knew I was close, but not right there. Anyway, but I did mention these dates on there as well. So there's the WrestleMania week where Dildo screwed me. Forget about that. Moving forward, Bobby on June 22nd in Mississippi, after the convention, he's having a talk. We're in the van, him and Christy, me, Katie, and Bobby saying, man, we gotta come up with something different, maybe some kind of split or something because I keep losing money. And I said, no, the answer is easy. Just quit booking me. Boom, you're done losing money. I said, I don't take a risk with the promoter. I just work on the guarantee.
Yeah.
Rather be home if you're not interested. Was, by the way, Monty and Pharaoh asked earlier, but they never gave me a chance to answer how I felt about. No, I guess I did answer that. When they, my value is just that's what it's worth for my time. If you can't make money off of paying me that, then just don't book me. No problem.
Sure.
No feelings. But now when you read Bobby's bullshit story of what happened, he said, we won't be able to use you anymore if you don't come down. And he says that I said, it's not for me to lose, it's for the promoters to lose. Of course, I didn't say that. I say the same thing I always say to anybody that asks me about my guarantee. I don't negotiate. That's what my time's worth. I don't want to take a risk with the promoter. So you got to have the money first. And the reason that I'm able to get money first is because of my reputation.
Right.
So here's where Bobby fucked up. See, Bobby came after somebody with a fucking an impeccable record. And he wants to just say, I'm bullshit. I'm a piece of trash. And I don't even know where I got on his bad side. He shorted me. So anyway, that was June 22nd when I said, hey, let's just cancel the rest of the schedule, the rest of the year, no problem. And he said, no, I don't want to do that. I'll be more selective about what I bring you to. Then the next day on the 23rd, he shorts me. He says, I owe you that money. I owe you that money from before, right? I said, yeah. He said, well, I owe you a little bit from tonight too, but I'll give it all to you on the next one because it's going to be big in Cleveland. Then on August 23rd in Cleveland at WrestleCon, when it comes time to pay me, he says, this is all I got. It's not your whole thing for today even. But I'm done. I quit. I lost too much money. What do you mean you quit? Like you owe me that, or I don't have it. I'm done. I quit. I'm done. So that was the conversation in Cleveland on August 23rd. Then it turns out he didn't quit at all. He's still just running, scamming people. And then the worst part for me is when I mention it, he says I'm lying about it. How fucking dare he? What a scumbag piece of shit to shorten people on the money. He knows what my guarantee is. He paid it every time, 40 times in a row, and then shorted me, and then shorted me again. And then when I mention it, now I'm a piece of trash. I'm making it up, not worth half the money. Boom, boom, boom. And of course, Dildo going off. Oh, he's a drug addict. He takes big breaks, blah, blah. They're both horrible people. It's not just Dildo. They want to bury talent, and that's how they feel powerful. And there's a quote I got, along with my many other screenshots and messages I got Dildo saying, I'll bury talent in a hurry because that's the best way to hurt him. And the thing is, he got everything from fucking Bad Business Bobby, all right? The demon did not fall far from the fucking scarecrow.
Yeah.
And no, not at all. Bobby is a horrible person. He had me fooled. I thought he was a good guy. And then as soon as you just like a comment from someone that he doesn't like, that he thinks is his competitor, that's out to get him, and then all of a sudden, you're the worst piece of shit in the world. Like, what a fucking lowlife. So anyway, we talked enough about it last week for you listeners to have caught my gist, my story, my truth. Since then, as an update, Dildo is supposedly gone from the business. Bobby's been seen selling RVD Funko Pops at some table, but he canceled his show in Chillicothe, Ohio. I'm here to tell Bobby, you told me you quit. I'm holding you to it. So you're done. You are done. You lie, you steal, you cheat, you suck. And I'm kicking you out of the business. I'm not letting you pop your head up with the next scam. As soon as you think you got your next sponsor hooked in that's going to give you money to run a show, I'm going to release some stories. I have so many stories from so many people, wrestlers, fans, people that knew them their whole life from Chillicothe. So many stories from what these horrible people have done, fucking with people the whole life. Now, here's the thing about going after me. That was a mistake. I'm honest. See, I don't lie. And if you don't believe me, it's because you probably don't have honesty in your bubble that you live in. And I expect that from most people. You know, I live in a world where most of the wrestlers, when they're on the road, they cheat on their spouses. I, because I need to respect myself, I chose not to do that, even when I was with the wrong person for like 18 years. And she didn't respect me. She didn't trust me. She didn't think I was being faithful, but I wanted to respect myself. So you're not going to find one fucking rumor pop out about me being unfaithful to that bitch. And Katie's got nothing to worry about because I would never do anything to hurt her. And I respect her so much. I think she deserves the best. And we think that about each other. And it's really great. A lot of people don't have that in their bubble. So they think, well, as soon as someone says they're shooting you straight, you know they're lying. Maybe in your world. But I'm telling you, I used to tell people I was Jean-Claude Van Damme's cousin in the early 90s because pro wrestler Ron Slinker told me to say that. And he gave me the name. You know, and I still kind of feel bad about it. I still feel like I want an apology to all those people from way back then, and I was just doing what I was told. I do believe in exceptions, but I don't know what an exception would be where I would lie. I have too much respect for history. We're living tomorrow's history. Scumbags like the Heinz crime family don't give a fuck about honesty. They don't give a fuck about changing the history. They just want everything to fit their narrative so they can keep on scamming. And so people that think I'm above this, I'm not above it. I'm totally going to be calling them out every time they put another scam together.
Well, yeah, I mean, even in just this short time for this, since last week, I've been getting several messages about bad business, Bob.
Save them because it's only a matter of time before that scarecrow pops his head up out of the grave again and starts talking like he's going to start making money and scamming people. And we're going to bury him with all these stories. There's so many, and they're so offensive that they could do this to everybody in any of their communities, whether it's inside the wrestling business or even right there in Chillicothe, Ohio. They don't give a fuck. They just use everybody. As soon as they're done using you, you're a piece of trash.
Well, that's the crazy thing about it too, is like you're doxing talent online is, you know, how is that going to help your reputation and put you, I'm going to trust this promoter to not only do this, but pay me and, you know, do all this. You lose the trust immediately. Like doing
on the other show, they said that Kevin Nash said, hey, he hasn't had a problem with them. What do I think about that? Hey, if you haven't had a problem with them and you can still get paid, I wouldn't tell you not to get paid by them. You know, I'm not vindictive and fucking retaliatory like them. That's in their bubble. They think everyone that lives around them is out to hurt them, all the other wrestling companies. And so anyway, Sabu and Fonzie both told me that the Heinz crime family thought they weren't, like they were booked. And then they said the Heinz crime family like unbooked them and said, we just figured that you wouldn't want to work with us since Rob's upset about us. That makes no sense in my world. That's your world. Yeah. I would never say, hey, don't go and get paid. And if Kevin hasn't got screwed by them, good for you, Kevin. My answer to that is I wasn't screwed by them either until I was. And so it's only a matter of time. And, just wait. They'll be putting Kevin's number out next. Soon as he likes a comment from somebody across the border, competition, horrible. So anyway, Big Time Wrestling is closed. It's done. It's buried. And, we got the Reverend. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Bad Business Bobby Fulton also sometimes puts on the tie because one of his scams is a man of the church. And we got him to say a few words about the situation about his big time wrestling, not to be confused with the awesome one in California and the one in the Northeast. No, but the one that Bobby stole from Sheik, who would be so embarrassed at everything you've done, especially putting your everyday challenged kid in tights and putting him in the ring. You like the business? You have respect for the business? Fuck no, you scumbag. But he did have enough respect to leave us a few words. If y'all don't mind, just out of respect for Bobby Fulton's big time wrestling, Bad Business Bobby, and Dildo Hines' participation as well. If you would all join me just for a quick moment and join us with Reverend Bobby Fulton for a prayer. Bobby, you got some words?
Bobby Fulton, your buddy Bobby. I just want to let you know, I tried to tell Dylan what a little bit low down piece of shit he was from the get-go. But we found out again and again and again. You're fucking banned permanently from any fucking shows. I see you around, it will be a fucking problem. You feel me? I hope you do. You're nothing but a fucking thief. Come around those shows, try to show autographs and shit. You're a low-life, egg-sucking, cock-sucking motherfucker, and that comes straight out of the Bible. You feel me? Goodbye. You come around, it's going to be a sad day for you, fuckhead.
Wow, beautiful.
God bless Bad Business, Reverend Bobby Fulton.
What a sermon. My goodness. Jeez. Stand-up guy right there, Bobby Fulton.
So, let me tag on a little more insight, because sometimes people tune in here and appreciate my perspective, right? My values that I stand for and appreciate, I share them with you guys. It's RVDology, so I'm very open about it. My integrity to me is important. I have to respect myself. And so that's why I'm so honest. See, when somebody wants me to wrestle, I get all the money up front. And nobody has to worry about me disappearing with the money, because in 35 years, if anything ever does happen, I send the money right back. Like I did to the guy in Kentucky when Bobby Fulton said, "Oh, no, you're working for that guy? Oh, he always tries to ruin our shows. I don't know why. He hates us. They're bad people, Rob. Like, it'd really mean a lot to me if you canceled." And I ended up giving the guy his money back. We talked about that. That's the guy that burnt the RVD action figures. I told Zombie Sailor that he could make an RVD action figure, and then Mattel told me, no, they can't. And I gave him his money back. And I've always done that. There was a crappy promoter from Virginia that booked me, and then never had a deposit, couldn't send it, set off all the alarms. And I knew that the show was going to be a disaster. So I ended up backing out way ahead of time. And the guy said that he spent money on my airplane ticket. I reached in my pocket and paid for the plane ticket. So I actually went in the hole just to reimburse him. Wow. Because he was trying to put everything on me and say Rob Van Dam left with all the money, which I never got $1. Anyway, the show was a shit show, and the guy killed himself.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And Tommy Dreamer wanted to kill him, and he says, "Hey, karma's a bitch." And you know what? Karma is taking care of me right now. By everyone sending me their wonderful experiences with the Heinz crime family, and Karma is taking care of Dildo and of Bobby as well. And the thing is, Bobby is so stupid that even though Karma gave him throat cancer, he's smoking cigarettes.
Wow.
He just can't lose. It's all about winning, isn't it, Bobby? Fuck the truth. Fuck what's right. You do whatever you got to do to keep your name up high, at least in your fucking household. You guys suck. And here's something about your sermon. You, Rob, you steal, you cheat, you, Bobby Fulton, can go to hell. And that really is in the Bible. You feel me? I hope you do.
Man,
Make a clip of that, would you?
Absolutely.
I hope that goes viral.
Yep. My God. Yeah, just awful stuff, awful practices.
Horrible people.
Not good. It's a crazy business, wrestling in the first place, but for somebody that's Bobby Fulton had a name and he's just basically pissed all over.
Tommy Rogers carried him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. Tommy Rogers carried him, and he made some TV appearances and shit. People nowadays don't remember who he is, and I don't want to sink off into just getting into irrelevant insults, but that is part of what's fun about this whole thing. And what's great is like some of the comments from fans are like, I've never seen RVD pissed. You know, when you got RVD this mad that you've done something bad. And like, I know they just picture me going, grrr. Every once in a while I write grrr, you know.
I'm so mad.
This is me getting mad. But then again, they also say that I'm baked the whole time. And so this is me mad and this is me baked.
Right.
So there you go.
Well, I did want to follow up. So how did he get the name Big Time Wrestling from the Sheik? Did he just use it? And
I have no idea, but it's the Sheik's territory, actually. My first match ever way back in 90 was in Toledo, Ohio.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's where the Sheik was running. And it was going to be an outside show. It got rained in. It was at the Toledo Speedway. It ended up being indoors. But, you know, I always remember that was Ohio was his territory. So I would imagine that Bad Business Bobby just waited till Sheik was done, probably dead, and then just thought, hey, maybe I can scam people into thinking that I'm associated with the original deal.
Wow, man, that's crazy. Ugh.
Probably saying, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yep. As Rob said, their March show is canceled. It's no longer available, so don't be going to that one. And yeah, the reception that I've been seeing online too is like people have been thanking Rob for what you've been doing with it and like calling them out on that shit and airing that laundry.
I have so many messages on Facebook and other platforms as well, but so many screenshots, audio messages. They've been doing this for a long, long time. They're horrible, horrible people. And it's almost like a cult leader. Like as soon as like someone, like if Bobby finds out that someone he knows hung out with someone that he didn't like, you know, or something, that's what that was. That sermon.
Yeah.
You know what that was about?
What?
That's him yelling at Mike Thompson because Mike Thompson posted a poster from a different wrestling promotion on his social media.
Wow.
That's why he was a piece of shit to Bobby. That's how he is. I'm telling you, I want everyone to know now that I know what he's all about. Not a good person, total piece of shit. And I got the text messages I can show you, you know.
Yeah.
I can show you, right? You know, fuck. If you don't, I don't know if you believe me or if you want to, or if you just want to see it or whatever, but total piece of shit. And that was like, that's one of like so many. Bobby says that he would like him to take it down. And anyway, you say something and I'll find it, dude.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah, I think we got to see a lot of different. I've met Bobby maybe a couple times ago, and yeah, like what you were saying, he always seemed like a nice guy, but what you were seeing from him, and then obviously Dylan and stuff like that, not a good reputation. And yeah, there's several talents I've seen speak out about it, and a lot of people that do the vendor stuff or the promoting stuff on themselves said relayed some things to me as well. So it's pretty crazy how I'm glad this caught wind and people written articles about it. SlamWrestling.net has covered it pretty thoroughly, it seemed. And then so there's some stories online if you guys need to check it out. But we also have a clip on here too. You can check out RVD TV where it's a nearly an hour discussion from 2 different episodes of Rob talking about this, and then now you get this one too. So lots of coverage of that. So just buyer beware when it comes to the Hines crime family.
Yeah, man, there seriously, there's like so many messages that it's hard to find, and I thought about putting them all out, and like stitch them together or whatever, but I'm gonna pace it. So that soon as Bad Business Bobby has his hooks into another potential. There we go. Mike Thompson. I knew he wanted me to get this message out. He's messaging me right now because he knows that I'm.
Oh, is he tuning in right now?
Yeah, but I don't know if what he sent me is okay. Thank you, Mike Thompson. Watching this live, and Dildo said nobody watches this like they do his show. That is actually in a text message, which I have messages also between me and Dildo, or me and Bad Business Bobby on top of everyone else's. But yeah, Mike Thompson, he was like wanting me to show this, like, dude, where's mine? When I was reposting a bunch of them, I got so many. But look, this is after Reverend Bobby's sermon. That was a voicemail that he left. I don't know, Mike Thompson's voicemail, because Mike Thompson posted a poster that wasn't Bobby's that was wrestling. So all of a sudden he's a piece of shit. He told Dildo, the guy was trash, all this shit. So then afterwards, when he posted the audio up, here's what Reverend Bobby says to him. Mike, man to man, I'm going to ask you to take that voicemail down. I apologize. I shouldn't have left it. Well, had a good day. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for understanding. And Mike says it's never coming down. It will be up forever to show everyone what type of person you really are. So that's how I feel as well. Now that I know what a scumbag Bobby is, I'm letting everybody know, and if you can still work for him and get paid, do it, but good luck. We work for fucking a lot of low moral people in this industry, that are paying us. And then anyway, Bobby says, that's quite okay and fine with me. We all have good moments and bad moments. We will do well in all you do. So tries to be a baby face. He's like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have shown Mike Thompson what a real asshole I am yet. Maybe I should keep the nice guy thing going for a little while. I wonder if it's too late to turn around. Well, it was too late to turn it around. Bad Business Bobby. You already exposed yourself, and I'm going to keep exposing you until you disappear. That's my goal.
Boom. There it is. Heck yeah. Buyer beware. Watch out, everybody. So there you go. Good stuff, Rob. Thanks for sharing. And yeah, I think it's definitely like you're handling it the right way when it comes to this stuff. So yeah. And I know,
by the way, nothing that he says makes sense. And when they're trying to say Rob's upset because he's not getting the work anymore and we were paying him a lot and I'm sure he misses the money. What a joke. They didn't give me anything. I worked for it and they didn't even give me what they hired me to do in the end. But anyway, no one in the business thinks that I'm out there trying to get booked more than I am. I'm not an easy guy to reach or to book or to get return messages from. And that's for a reason. So they just all around picked on the on the wrong guy. And they were never exclusive anyway. I worked that shot in Mississippi where Bobby stiffed me on paying Dildo's stiff, and then said he's going to be exclusive and only, bring me on shows he can afford after that. After that, I went and I wrestled, I wrestled or signed. I went to Buffalo. Someone else brought me in there. I went to Montreal. Someone else brought me into there. I went to Albany, different promoter. He was never like, like my guy or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
They
Mhm.
were just So there's another thing that is just so stupid about them. And then August 23rd was when I went back to work for them because they said the WrestleCon in Cleveland, it'll be a big enough show to bring you in and give you your fee. And if you don't think I'm worth my fee, don't bring me in. That's settled. That's it.
That simple.
No offense. I'd rather be home.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
he's so full of shit, and honesty and integrity is not in his bubble. It doesn't exist in his mind. He doesn't think any of the other promoters around the area have decency. He thinks they're just as vindictive as he is. And in fact, he's the biggest low-life asshole there is out there.
Yeah. It's bad stuff. And in a business where wrestling is like, a business that's birthed off the carnival grounds, if you're acting like that, you're definitely doing some low rent carny shit right there. So
Come work for me. I'll put your phone number out.
yeah, that's his new tagline.
Yeah.
I'll air out your phone number. We have some super chats. Maddie asks, what would Triple H or Vince think of Bad Business Bobby, or Dildo, you're fired? So
yeah, trust me, they wouldn't want his scammy ass anywhere near their professional corporation. There's a reason he never was in WWE. Tommy Rogers could carry him so far back in the day, and he hopefully lived his dream of an American country farm boy trying to scam people out of their hard-earned money. So far. But I understand he's done with that now. No, they wouldn't want him in WWE ever. He's from a time, when I told you that I used to tell people I was Jean-Claude Van Damme's cousin. Back then, in that time period, it was like almost okay to lie. If you were told to lie, say you're from Russia, or whatever, that was the time that I know Bobby from. He was scamming back then. At 93, 94. And the thing is, he just never changed. So I eventually became honest and said, man, sorry, everyone in Hazelhurst, Georgia, and Baxley, Georgia, and Claxton, and all these little towns that I told you I was Jean-Claude's cousin, but really we're only related through Adam and Eve, just like you and I. But anyway, he just never changed. And he's still using those same carny methods that he used back in the early 90s to try to squeeze an extra dollar out of every fan that he could. And he's still that same guy, but he's got no standards. He's, you know what I mean? Like he thrives by preying on his own communities.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Scumbag stuff. Maddie also adds that his open challenge is still out for Bad Business Bobby and Dildo. If you weren't here last week, Maddie challenged them to a bush fight. So, go back and tune into that.
I see myself, Dad.
Yep. And then Maddie also asked, Rob, your shirt, where did you get it? And he says he packed the bowl. Eat, sleep. What else does it say on there? Eat, sleep.
It says,
Eat, sleep, smoke, repeat.
And then obviously this must be where it came from.
Evergreen Organics.
Yeah, with an X.